Module 4 continues with active reading and active learning. And in Module 4, I want you to pay particular attention to the task list because you are required to read these particular pages in our required textbook, which at this point you should have purchased. It is Chapter 8, using preview, study, read, and review, otherwise known as PSR. So make sure you read those pages because the discussion forum will directly reflect on that reading. Now, there are several resources in this particular module, but the primary focus of the resources are note-taking. So there is a page with note-taking resources here, and these are all read and review. The Cornell Notes blank template is in case you want to print this off to do your notes on. You are welcome to do that, or you can download and type notes on it. Critical thinking is a resource page to read. Curve of forgetting, there's two different information pieces on that, basically telling you the importance of note-taking and how it helps your brain remember information. If you do note-taking, you have a much better chance of retaining, or if you're reviewing your notes, you have a better shot of retaining more information longer. So the graded items for this module, there are two. The first one is a Cornell Notes assignment. So when you click into that, I have a video here talking you through the directions. The directions can be found down here. There are a bunch of files. So this is a Cornell Notes checklist. These are things to check. Are you including in your Cornell Notes? There is the grading rubric. This is a grading rubric I use in order to grade your notes. And then the Cornell Notes template. And this is the same thing that you just saw in the other resource section. This is also a blank template. It's a PDF. So it does not matter to me which template you use for Cornell Notes, as long as you adhere to the Cornell style format of note-taking, which is those three areas. And as you look at the template, you'll understand what I'm talking about there. So this video talks you through the instructions, and basically what it is I just want you to complete a set of Cornell notes from a chapter in a textbook you're using. So you have to have a minimum of 5 pages of notes. So whatever textbook you're using for this semester, you need to do notes out of that, and you have to have at least 5 pages of Cornell style notes. So if you're printing these out, or if you are doing them online, you will need 5 separate pages. That's it for Cornell Notes. That of course, you can always reach out to me if you have questions or concerns after you have done them. So if you download the template and you choose, so you can see I just downloaded it, and you choose to type your notes right in the template. Let me quick adjust my screen here because I don't know if you're going to be able to see this. So let me quick share the template. So if you download the template, one of the templates, it looks like this. And all you have to do is enable editing, and then it will allow you to type right into the template. Well, it stopped sharing again. Sorry about that. Share screen again. And let's try this one more time. Okay, and it will allow you to type right in there. So this is the format I was talking about. Remember, Cornell style note-taking has 3 areas: big ideas, main points over here, details, these are where your notes are going to be, and then the summary. These are 2 to 3 sentences summarizing your notes here. Remember, your notes are not in full sentences or anything like that. They are literally note form. So if I want to type, whatever the big idea is, I always use a heading or the header. I'm just going to say, what is active reading? Maybe that was one of the headings. And then, of course, anything relating to that, I tend to use plus signs or bullet points. You could certainly use an asterisk if you prefer, it doesn't matter. And then you would just type whatever your note is, and it adjusts. It's going to move. You're going to see it's moving and get crooked. And that's fine. And then whatever your next item is, obviously you're going to do it here. And then one more time over here, et cetera, et cetera. And then when you get to the summary, your summary is in full sentences and you're summarizing whatever notes you have on that page. So for every page of notes, you should have a summary at the bottom, basically saying what your notes, putting them into sentence formation, kind of summarizing the information on that page. I think that's it. As always, reach out if you have any questions or concerns. Now that goes over the Cornell assignment. So let's go back and take a look at the other assignment, which is the discussion forum. The discussion forum is called PSR Reflection Forum. And remember I said, look at the task list. You're going to have to read that chapter in the textbook and be very familiar about it. So in the discussion forum, what you're doing is you are posting basically, how did you use the PSR process for something? So I want you to try doing that preview, study, read process, and you're going to describe what you did, very detailed, include each step of the process, the preview, the study, the read, the review, and then how you determine possible test questions about the textbook content. So you're picking something that you need to read, review, and know for a test. So that's what you're writing about. So these are things, these 5 things are what I want you to include in your post. You need to tell me the name of the textbook you used, name of the chapter you did this PSR on, a description of how you did the PSR, the steps associated with it within this particular section of the textbook. And then give me a description of critical thinking elements, how each step worked for you, what were assumptions, what were issues relating, what did it accomplish? Basically, I'm getting your take on what you did. And then, of course, a conclusion that will compare and contrast what you did with a PSR to how you previously would read a particular section. And then, of course, the reply. You need to reply to 2 people and make sure you include those things. I think that's it. That covers all of the items for Module 4. As always, make sure you reach out to me with any questions or concerns.